Okay, hi Ryan. Hi everyone. I am Tammy with GPI, and I am here with Ryan, also of GPI. Ryan is our art director.
Good morning, everybody.
All right. Ryan, we're going to jump right into this. So I've heard you say numerous times to numerous customers that their game box packaging is like a billboard on the side of the street. And I've heard you actually rave about a certain company's billboard. No one does it better. So I had this idea that I wanted to take a few minutes and just hit you blind with some billboards from this company, and you talk to it in relation to your thoughts on billboard versus game packaging, and you can gush all over this company. Do you know which company I'm going to bring up?
No, I don't, but is it maybe Dunkin' Donuts?
Okay, let's find out. Here we go, people. Let's see how tech savvy I am. All
Okay.
right, what is Ryan's take? All right, here we go. Ryan, the first billboard I want your take on is yes.
All
There it
right. So
goes.
so that's a great example, Tammy. So like a game package, when it's in a retail setting, a place like Target or Kohl's is like kind of like a billboard, because as you're zipping by at 70 miles an hour going to get something from the home goods aisle, you're passing all these games and all these packages that are trying to communicate an idea to you very quickly, right? So to your point, that's why I say it's like a billboard. You're zipping by something on the highway at 80 miles an hour, if you like the speed, and what can it communicate to you effectively and quickly so you get the idea in about what, 2 seconds? That's
Yeah.
kind of the idea.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And if you're on the Mass Pike, you're probably going more than 80.
It's possible.
Because everyone knows here in Massachusetts, we what is it? We live on Duncan, or we
Yeah, that's
drive
it.
on
Yeah,
Duncan, or whatever we do. Okay,
there you go.
billboard number two.
So yeah, again, Dunkin', and this is kind of how I try to do some game packages for consumers. It's the colors are beautiful, so you are not going to miss it, right? Pink is going to stand out no matter where it is. There is very, very little communication. All the communication is immediate and it's effective. Look at this. It is literally directing you to the exact spot where you can get represented by this beautiful picture that does make you want to engage with it. Like it is a perfect billboard. And
Okay.
again, it would kind of work as a game package if you're doing that kind of thing.
Okay. All right. How about this one?
Yeah, so that is what we'd call a disaster, right? And
I had to throw one in there.
absolutely. And look at in other roles with other companies where there was a lot of promotion they wanted to put on a licensed package. I was guilty of doing this stuff myself, where you had a game title and the fantasy picture and 3 marketing blurbs and logos from every brand that dipped into this particular game, right? The IP it was based on, the game it was based on. And you get something like this, where if you're, again, walking by a retail aisle looking at that package, or in this case, if you're driving by, you're telling me that you're going to be able to digest the phone number. You don't need it. Nobody is calling Dunkin' Donuts. And if they do, they say, call Dunkin' Donuts on their phone. You've got the address. This day and age, that's probably not that relevant, right? Again, punch into your phone. You've got local, family owned and operated. Does anybody care when they're in their car? Maybe, but again, there's so much information here that trying to digest this in 2 seconds, you might get one of these things. You might get that delicious looking stack of donuts, and that may make you want to stop. So, but it's like you're really taking a chance that with all those elements, none of them are going to be effective. That's the risk they're taking here.
All right. I felt like this was a hot mess, kind of like when our local Dunkin' Donuts did put Baskin Robbins in their store. It was a hot mess, and it lasted for all of like a month or so. I don't know how long, but it was a disaster.
That's a brand disaster. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Okay, and final one.
Okay. All right. Yeah, like again, it doesn't really get more perfect, right? They're lucky because they're leaning on, oh God, they've had that typeface since the 70s, so they're leaning on 40 plus years of brand equity. So the minute the minute you see that, you know exactly what it is, and that's all the credit in the world to a company with a super strong brand. So they've got a head start there. But look, it's all you need. If you see it and you drink coffee, like you're in. They don't have to say anything else. They don't have to show the cup of coffee.
They don't even have their name on that one.
And that's why it's perfect, right? Like it's, again, then that shows you and this is hard for newer companies to do, but when you're that locked in as Dunkin' Donuts, that's all you have to do, right?
Okay.
That is beautiful. It's really, it actually looks nice too.
Yeah, it does. And it probably tastes good also. All right. So final words on game packaging, game box art, and it's your billboard.
Yeah. So again, the things we talked about here, just keep that in mind. Like if you have excellent marketing, that's always the best way to get your game out there is excellent marketing and promotion, right? And
Mhm.
as beautiful as your package is, that's always going to help you in the end, right? People can succeed even with graphics that aren't fantastic if their marketing is like out of this world, right? But if you're a smaller company and you may not have the marketing dollars and you occupy like 10 and a half by 10 and a half in a retail aisle, and that's kind of it, then again, you really have to think about everything a lot more carefully than the big publishers do. And just make sure that your communication is super effective. People know exactly what kind of a game it is in about 2 seconds. You can't even be, it's not even assured that they're going to pick up the box and turn it over to see what's on the back, right? So
Right.
have that name big and bold, have your logo readable from 18 feet away, have your
Right.
colors be as different as you can from other colors in that section if that's possible, and just try to stand out. Like you can do that with printing treatments. If you like foil paper and all the bells and whistles, that's great.
Okay.
But sometimes like keep it simple like Dunkin' Donuts does, and you're probably going to communicate really effectively.
Right. And
Cards
final
Against
thought.
Humanity was great at this. Sorry.
Yeah, they really are.
They are.
Final thought is the whole purpose of the front of the box is to get someone to pull it off the shelf and turn it around to read the back of the box, correct? Because that's where your information is.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So like if you ask me, if you have a window and you can showcase what's in the box, that saves a step. If somebody can see right in there, kind of like this game Big G did called Cluckle, you know what's in the box right away. By the
Okay.
time you turn over, it's like, okay, you got it. It's there. You don't even have to
Yeah.
pick it up. If you can
Okay.
afford that and you're manufacturing and you have components that are beautiful, do it. If
Okay.
not, that's fine too. Just make sure the front communicates exactly what you need to communicate in 2 seconds.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. That's it. All
That's
right.
it.
Thanks. This has been fun. I've been saving those billboards to show you for a while, and I just wanted to hit you with it.
Well, you made my morning.
Okay, great. Well, let's go get it, Duncan.
Okay.
All right. All right. Bye.
Bye, Tami.